Yeri-n-Here, dang! Hey, hey! Lovely friends, family, amazing individuals. What's good? So, yesterday was Christmas. Hope you all enjoyed it. Ate enough Christmas rice, porridge, turkey, ice cream. So, here, we basically or mainly eat rice during celebrations and festivals. But you guys tell me, what do you guys eat in your homes and, countries during, holidays? Anyways, Christmas over at my side was actually fun. A little story time before we, get into today's episode. So, I make dance covers. Well, try to make them, and they're most of the time K-pop related. It's like a persona thing, or more of a comfort zone type thing. That's what I was saying. So there's this place I occasionally go to. Occasionally, and by occasionally I mean I've only gone there 3 times. Go to, do a whole public style K-pop dance cover thing, like K-pop in public type thing, And this is the funny part. Whenever I go there, P.S., it's always with my sister. So whenever we go there, we basically always become a spectacle to behold. And I'm not even joking. Like last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away. Okay? So last Christmas, the same thing happened. Sometime this year around April, May, March. Yeah, I think that's right. And this Christmas. So, I guess you could say I'm, kind of being or getting used to being watched whenever I film covers in public. So, back to before the tangent type story time thing started. Hope everyone had an amazing Christmas and Boxing Day for those of you who exchanged gifts. And just hope everyone, had a lovely day too. Yeah. And hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Episode 6. I want to resign every single day. Loop, loop, loop. I don't even know where to start, but I'll just jump in. So, this drama isn't actually a full drama like the others we've spoken about on this podcast. It's actually a mini drama by WeTV, aka Tencent Video. Yeah, Tencent Videos. Which, funny enough, I call Trident, the gum. Anyways, it's drama that's adapted from a web novel called The President's Secretary Wants to Resign Every Day. And the original name is Jong. I'm not reading that. Bo. Yeah, I don't have that much confidence in my Mandarin, so yeah, no. 对不起. Yeah, so basically the real name, sorry about that, but the real name is translated in English to The President's Secretary Wants to Resign Every Day. So, here's the breakdown. Bai Jing, the secretary in, question, has had it up to here. And by here, I don't mean her neck, it's way over her neck, with her president, Jing Xian's, work arrangements and ethics. And by work arrangement, I mean in the sense that she doesn't rest. And by work ethics, I mean in the sense that she's low-key his personal slave. So she's quitting, but then she finds herself in a time loop. Loop-de-loop-de-loop. So she just keeps going round and round and round and round in the time loop. At first, she's assuming that it's a blessing from the heavens and she can still, repeat the day and resign adequately. But then things change when her boss's life is always in danger. It's not like she even noticed that. She didn't notice it. But eventually she did notice. But she starts first by just living life on the edge. She's like, basically, it's only her that's remembering everything that's happening. Her boss isn't remembering. Her ex-boyfriend that cheated on her with her best friend isn't remembering. Her best friend isn't remembering. Nobody in the office is remembering. The dude that has a crush on her in the office, isn't remembering. I'm sorry. So basically, no one's remembering the, loop other than her. So she's living life on the edge. But then her boss, that's Xian, gets I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right. Gets, pulled into the loop too, and then, they start to solve crimes together and they become best friends, and then, they save the company, and then they start to grow, more than friendship. Love. Basically. I guess you could say it ends as like in a win-win situation for everyone. Well, except for those dudes that, got arrested. But that's not our problem. So, we know that she's in a time loop, right? Yeah, she's in a time loop. But here's the, little, about it. The tidbit. Here's an interesting fact about that. Fact that she is in a time loop. Tautology. Well, she keeps repeating a day, and that day is Valentine's Day. The thing is that from what I have understood, that wasn't really Valentine's Day, Chinese Valentine's Day, but I might be wrong. It's basically just continuously repeating May 20th. About the Chinese Valentine's Day, you guys could just check the Qixi Festival. Yeah. The Qixi Festival. That's all you guys could just go, check that on yourselves. Yeah. Chinese Valentine's Day. Qixi, I'm not going to explain that. Okay. So, back to what I was saying. She keeps repeating that day. In the first, before the loop started, the first day, she went to go get crepes for him because he calls her. And her ringtone is so catchy. The ringtone basically says, nagger calling, nagger calling, nagger calling. Nagging, nagger calling. So it's chimina, 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 chimina. 진짜 웃기죠. So basically it's nagger calling, nagger calling, nagger calling, nagger calling. Funny. So she gets the call and he's get me crepes. They were crepes, right? Yeah. Then she goes to get crepes at a specific place, and then she sees her boyfriend with her best friend, and it's what are you guys doing here? And then her boyfriend now proceeds to, dumping her on the spot. And he's you never have time for me. You're always with your boss. It's annoying. I think you should go and just marry your boss because you're never going to be with any man whatsoever. I'm a fragile male. Basically, that was the vibe he was giving off. And then basically he just proves to, say that him cheating on her was her fault. And then she just proceeds to, hating her boss because she's it's my boss's fault. Because I don't have time for my boyfriend. Now my boyfriend's broken up with me. I don't have time for myself. Now I'm alone. Basically she was upset. So then the whole day happens and they get into he gets into an accident, right? I think the first accident was either an elevator or a car accident. And then she opens her laptop while, about to do some work. And she sees an offer from another company that she's supposed to have, submitted her resignation letter for the company she's in so that she can work in the other company. And she's oh no, I'm trapped camped here with him forever, basically. And the next day starts, and she's like, wait, what? It's today again? I can finally resign. The heavens are on my side. And she, basically tries to do it. But this time she's able to tell him, I want to resign. And the dude is like, no, you are going to be with me forever and ever and ever. You will be with me till I retire. And she's like, no. And then the elevator goes down. And then both of them are now in the hospital bed. The next day, like that night, in the next scene, basically, they're now in the hospital together. And it's like, she's paralyzed and he's also sick, basically. And it's like, and then like a lawyer or whatever, or some dude is now like, the office will reimburse you for everything you've gone through, but you are still going, now you just have to read his, newspapers for him every single day. You don't have to, do anything else. And she's like, why can't I get rid of him even when I'm paralyzed? No! And then the day starts again. And by this time, by the third trial, she's living on the edge and she's like, I know what's going to happen already, so I can do whatever I want. And still, Then by the fourth time, she's just trying to get fired. By the fifth time, she successfully, resigns. Was it the fifth or the sixth time? Or the seventh? Basically, at some time, she successfully resigns. And then, she successfully resigns because she got herself drunk. And then she was just talking, yelling at him. And then he signed her resignation, submitted her resignation. And then he ended up in an act, both of them. Well, she had an issue with her elevator. But then he came and saved her. So he was the one that, died. And then basically they went back in time again. And he came back to life. But this time he remembered. So because this time he's in the loop too. And she's like, he saved my life. I shall be forever and eternally grateful to him. He's such an amazing human being. And then she's suddenly nice. And she's suddenly not trying to resign anymore. But she remembers, and he remembers now. So now they're just both trying to work out whatever is going on. And honestly, it's it's a riot in the sense that we're just watching both of them trying to protect each other. But at the same time, the dude is mad. He's angry. He's like, how dare she resign? How dare she say all those mean words to me? And then he goes the extra mile of trying to avoid every single thing. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to tell her to get crepes for me so she won't be mad at me. I'm not going to let her come into my house because this was in my house that she handed over her resignation letter. I'm not going to, basically, he's just running away from her at this point. I'm sorry. 진짜. Then I think it was this funny scene that he got run over by a truck, I think. And then by this time, both of them have come to an understanding that both of them are in the loop and they both know. So she's like, no, don't die. And he's trying to say, call the ambulance, but dude is bleeding out. So the amount of words that could come out is now rather limited. So let me calm down first. So, the words that can come out of his mouth are limited. And then she's like, you want me to kiss you? If I kiss you, maybe the loop will stop. I have nothing to say. But then the loop starts again. And the next day, he's like, he's basically in her room before she even wakes up, looking at her. And she's like, why are you here? How did you get in here? And he's like, you wanted to kill me? Do you hate me that much? And I, on the watching side, I'm just like, nah, bruh. No. So basically, let me just round it up because this was meant to be a mini episode. So basically, she just, they, come to a consensus and an understanding. And then after every single thing that could have caused the loop isn't the loop, they ended up finding out that the actual cause of the loop was him. Because every single time they were in the loop was because he was about to confess. So he never confesses. And then the day starts over again. But the only time that he confessed that he loved her, like, I love you, 사랑해, 아이니, 我喜欢你, whenever it was the moment he said that, the next day continued. But at this time, they were already so used to living, in the loop that they didn't realize that, like, they're back to normal. So that was funny. Funny how this was supposed to be a mini episode and it just became a full length episode. Taesong, I'm sorry about that. But thank you so much, everyone that, took their time to listen to this and listen to me just do whatever it was that I did, because I don't even know what to call these things at this point. But thanks for listening to this podcast. And have a lovely day, night, morning, evening, time. Because funny thing how this was supposed to be posted on, Boxing Day. And now that's not possible because it's already 12 o'clock. Like, here, it's already 12 o'clock on the 27th. So, thank you so much, guys, for listening once more and spending some time with me in here.